really wasn't the house, it was the decor.
I always say decor is your marketing, kind of what gets to click, and if you don't do that, you're probably going to lose in this game.
Just seeing the product come together and then the bookings rolling in and people were so excited to stay at your place. And I'm excited because I know they're going to walk in and be just as wowed when they see this place as they do from the photos.
Cash flow Savannah where the dreamers dwell. Get your hustle on, ring that wealth bell. From the dirt to the gold, every story's untold. Cash flow Savannah where ambition takes hold. Started with $1, stretched it to a mile. Every setback just to settle for style. Stacking paper, vision clearer than glass.
We can't wait to show you what's behind those two doors right there. We just finished a massive project.
Yeah, this was a big one.
Yeah.
The owner bought this house, every single piece of furniture out of this completely empty, so we revamped the entire thing, which normally you don't do. You keep some furniture, but this one was just so bad that we just took everything out.
You worked hard. It's got to be nice to finally kind of have a seat after all the hustling you've been doing.
No, it's 2 months of nonstop work for sure.
This owner put in an investment, and now this house is listed on Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, SidWasHere.com, all the other sites, and we're about to show you how to take a property from blah to cash flow. Chandler, why are we looking at the ceiling?
Well, I decided to put wallpaper on the ceiling.
It looks really good.
Pretty cool, huh?
So are we showing people that we want the guests to like freak out and look up when they walk in, which is not normal?
Yeah, no, I don't like being normal.
You know, normal really doesn't make that much money.
We want money.
We definitely want money. And we want this owner to make lots of money.
I think the owner will make lots of money.
It's working, I like it. Chandler, nice job on the decor. I mean, you worked really hard on this.
Yeah, no, it was a busy couple months. It's a lot of work.
This is just your stereotypical short-term rental in Savannah, or it was, okay? When my buyer bought it, it was so blah. It was quite frankly ugly, and it really wasn't the house, it was the decor. So talk me through, like, this was a huge job, but at the same time, it went really well.
I think it starts with the agent, aka Julie was the agent for this property. So she's able to understand the market well and kind of teach buyers through the process.
Yeah.
So they understand, because I think some people go into the buying process and they don't really understand. Some people just walk into the house, they see the furniture and can't see the bigger picture, to where the agent can help kind of give them that bigger picture,
right,
and like see past the bad furniture,
right,
where some people just can't see past it. And I think you do a good job of like kind of getting rid of that and then just seeing the bigger picture, and the opportunity is what probably the best word for it, because there's a lot of opportunity in real estate.
Right.
You have to find it.
That's what you're looking for, and this buyer was great about listening to that. And what you're looking for is revenue. And if you're trying to walk in and be wowed by the property itself, or oh, this is a place I would stay, that's not what this is. The math is, what property can I buy that is going to build wealth? There are a lot of properties you can buy that are going to take your wealth or just kind of break even.
Yeah.
But in this case, what we were looking for before we even walked in any doors, it was the opportunity to boost the revenue, okay? And this one in particular had zero revenue. It had no bookings. It was terrible decor. But what we found was an asset where it had parking, which is huge in Savannah. If you have off-street parking, that's money right there. So that's something that you have to kind of buy with the property. You can't just fabricate that. And it had a spot for a hot tub, which is a huge revenue driver. So we know, because we're investors, that if you can just change the decor, that's the cheapest thing you can do. This house did not need to be rehabbed. It just had to be redecorated.
Yeah, no, the bones are really good in this house, and obviously you can't see it while we're talking here. But I mean, it's a pretty solid, it's a quirky house, but the bones otherwise are pretty good.
And the location is solid.
Yeah.
We're right near Forsyth Park, very desirable area for tourists.
Yeah, no, that's another thing in Savannah too. Like, locations can be hit or miss. But yeah, everything had the right structure for a good Airbnb, if that makes sense. Some Airbnbs just don't make sense right now. And so definitely parking, you can do a hot tub, knock those two things out, you're already sitting pretty.
Yes, and I have to say, this buyer listened. He did not cut the budget for the hot tub. I've had multiple buyers say, yes, I'm going to do it because I know it will bring in an extra $20,000 to $50,000 a year. And then after they go buy the house, they go, oh, well, I'm out of money. And it's like, that should have been set aside. But this one has a giant, is it a 6-person hot tub in the back?
Yeah, it's like the biggest tub you can get, basically. So yeah, it's a big old tub.
Yes. So this is a 4-bedroom home. It's going to sleep 8 people very comfortably, potentially more, but don't tell City of Savannah that. And it has all the amenities that you can't find. Parking, now it has a hot tub, and thanks to you, fabulous decor. Fabulous. Like, come on, this is great.
You can see a piece of it right here with your favorite table ever. But yeah, I always say decor is your marketing. It's kind of what gets the clicks, and then like hot tub and parking and amenities kind of like that is kind of your revenue drivers. So they both go hand in hand, and like you said, like the owner was very diligent. I think most owners run into, they buy the property and they use all their cash buying the property and have no cash to decorate, and then they're in trouble. So with this owner, he was set up pretty good.
Well, and if you don't have any cash left, you're going to be in the same spot as the other owner. Now, hopefully you end up with better management. A lot of these are poorly managed, and I see it because I read the financials and I know a lot of what's going on with our competition, but management can only do so much. I mean, we manage a few properties that are horrendously decorated and they don't make any money either, you know, so we've tried everything with those revenue-wise, but if you can't change the decor, you're tapped out.
And like, as this market has pivoted, that is the only thing that I'm telling owners right now, like, I can't do anything else other than change the decor to like drive your revenue up. Like there is I mean, we can run discounts, we can clean the place, but it just does not change the fact of like that your property's gonna get booked. Like it is decor and amenities, and if you don't do that, you're probably gonna lose in this game.
Well, and we've also had owners do it themselves. Okay, and I'm sorry, but if you're gonna half-ass it, you're gonna get half-ass results. If it's a very competitive market. And Chandler, and he has some help, they come in and everything matches. It is a professional design. The curtains match the drapes, match the photos on the wall, match the color scheme. Like this home was done by a professional. Everything works, everything goes. This is actually a flamingo theme, which I love. I would have never thought to do a flamingo theme, but I'm sorry, not flamingo, it's peacock.
It's noble nest, so it's kind of a bird theme.
Bird,
we got parrots, we got peacocks in the master, peacock room.
Elegant.
Bird theme. The owner seemed to like bird. We kind of ran with it and had some fun with the bird theme. We really liked it. So you can see, we got birds kind of everywhere in the curtains. But yeah, the theme's cool, and we tried to add some luxury to it too to kind of make it.
Talk about luxury. What makes it feel expensive? How do you do it?
So to be honest with you, you just can't get cheap furniture. That's another thing too, is like they're like, oh, I redecorated, but they went and got the cheap furniture, and like that's another kind of tough thing to do. Like we try not to go like crazy expensive, but we try not to go the cheap route, because you can just see cheap furniture from a mile away. And for some reason, it seems like when the people that book it, like if they're booking at $800 a night, they know what's cheap and what's not.
Right.
You know, like,
and that's what we're gunning for here is $800 a night
theme. So it kind of sucks. Like you obviously don't want to spend crazy money, but yeah, it's kind of like we got $30,000 a month for the other property. And it's funny, as like a decorator, I'm kind of understanding what they're putting in that property, because that property's working, like it's doing well. And like it's funny, it's got $800 lamps. One lamp in that property is $800, but the lamps are insane looking. It draws the pictures. Those lamps are paid for 30 times now.
Right. Well, and the couch in that property, I'm guessing, is a $10,000 to $15,000 couch. And the couch in this property, I'm not going to say the amount, but it is not a cheap couch. And I like it because the material is super nice. It has depth to it. And as guests, they can sense when something is particle board. You know, when you're paying $800 to $1,000 a night, which is where I'm hoping to get with this one, you want to feel like you're getting your money's worth. And if you walk and the stuff has aged poorly, which cheap furniture ages like crap. It really ages like that. And the worst thing we want is for guests to walk in this home and be like, the pictures are gorgeous and the product does not match the photos. I think that's the worst review we could get.
You got to match the experience as well. Yeah, but even I feel like it's easy to see through the pictures too with cheap stuff. They're trying their best to make it look good, and I see people understand the decorating but they're still going the cheap route, the furniture from Target and Amazon, and it still doesn't look good. They'll go buy pink chairs and it's like, all right, I did something different, but it doesn't translate.
What are some ways you saved money on the decor? Because I know there's never enough in the decor budget. You could always spend more. So what are some ways you were able to save this money? Because we had a solid budget here. but you also couldn't do everything. So talk about how you cut back on that budget.
So, I mean, if you can see in the video, if we had a little bit more in the budget, we'd probably do more wallpaper. But since we're able to do more wallpaper, we kind of just took curtains, which are like way cheaper than wallpaper, and kind of made, so this whole wall, if you see, is actually curtains. And like super florally curtains, like really adds a pop of like color, pretty cool.
You didn't cheapen that on paint. Like this home is what they call bathed, where it's painted from floor all the way. The ceilings are even painted. We have wallpaper on one of the ceilings. Quite dramatic. And then you put color in through curtains, which would you say the curtains are not overly expensive, even though they really look good?
Yeah, no, the curtains are actually like, that's the thing too with curtains. People get cheap curtains and they're not heavy and they kind of don't sit right.
They're not the right length.
So we pay a little bit more for the curtain, but it is way cheaper than wallpaper, and it still gives you that kind of same wow factor as wallpaper.
Well, in these homes in Savannah, I love because they're 12 to 14 foot ceilings. But the fact that Chandler always comes in and takes the curtains from the top all the way down to the bottom, it's so dramatic. Most people do not do that, and it catches your eye because you're just like, whoa, it just makes the room feel so finished when you do it that way.
Yeah, no, I feel like you almost have to do it floor to ceiling. Like, don't ever go to the top of the window. Like, even if you have like shorter ceilings, go to the ceiling because it makes the window look bigger, taller, it makes your room feel taller. Yeah, that's definitely an added touch.
The other thing that you do that I think is so important, but I also know that you do it for less, is you do tons of throw pillows, but you're not you're not going to Home Goods and paying full price. How do you do all these millions of throw pillows without breaking the bank? It's amazing to me. For one couch, I've spent $250 in throw pillows, and you can do that for like $80.
It's not 80, but yeah, I try to find the throw pillows that actually fluffen up and you can chop. They're not small, they're actually big and full.
That's important.
We still spend a lot of money on it, but it's not, that's just kind of, the more pillows you buy, you kind of test and you feel, and then you get a feel for what's actually a good pillow and what's not. But Amazon has these pillows, I forget the name of them, and they're pretty good prices, like $30 per pillow.
And that's for the insert, and then you're buying, that's for the cover.
We spend like $50 per pillow.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
I thought it was less than that.
It's funny. The owner had listened to a podcast earlier where I was talking about throw pillows in them. You spend like $700 in just pillows, $700 to $1,000.
It's worth it.
He was like, I was getting ready for the pillows, like I knew it was going to be, because I had talked about how much pillows cost.
Well, but yeah. Since you started talking pillows to me, when I am on Airbnb and VRBO and I scroll, it's just so blah. But you put in that depth and those pillows that are just like everywhere. And I saw you do it in Plaid for me when all you did was add pillows to that house. And I was like,
yeah.
Wow, it changed the whole photo.
It dresses up a bed. Like it's just 4 white pillows compared to like 4 white pillows and then you do your throw pillows. Yeah, it just makes up like a huge difference. Yeah, just making a bed properly, honestly, can change your entire place. Just making a bed properly. I tell that people all the time. Like, some people just don't know how to make up beds. Like, they really don't. They don't know how to make it tight and kind of put throw pillows and all that stuff. If you don't want to use me, like, it's easy to just go on like Pinterest or whatever and just look up like a magazine bed and just copy it. Like, it's not that hard.
Anyone that's put together an entire house all at once and opened 4 million Amazon boxes and built furniture is going to understand the value of someone like you just coming in and doing it for them. I have done probably over 30 units without you, and it ended with me being tired, my kids hating me.
It's a lot of work.
All of the things. And no, it matters. It really matters.
And then another thing too is like just the attention to detail, just making sure everything's like laser level, everything.
Yes.
Like the pictures are all the same. You see these pictures behind us, they're gonna be the same as this picture over here, kind of level, and then the same as the picture in here in the kitchen. Like it's all level. It's all done like to a T. So yeah, that's a big thing too, is because people can hang pictures, but they might hang them too high, and it looks awful. I
have to tell you a funny story. I don't think I've ever told you this. Back when I was doing short-term rentals, long before we worked together, and I did a lot back before COVID. I had a guy hanging stuff for me, and he had absolutely the best intentions.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and I was like, "What is going on with the pictures?" And it just really caught my eye. Of course, I knew he'd been working on it. And he said, "Oh, well, I centered them between the thermostat and the light switch." And I was like, what? Like, what about the edges of the wall? But for some reason, he had zoned in on these 2 random small things that you shouldn't even notice. Anyway, I had to change that.
It's fun. You get those handyman and they want to help, but the handyman, like, honestly, they don't have that attention to detail. So honestly, it's still me doing all that because I'm so picky. My mom helping me as well. She is crazy picky about the photos and all the straightness of everything. That's a big deal. That's kind of that luxury touch more than anything. But yeah.
Well, no one's ever going to walk in here and be like, wow, those are perfectly level.
No.
But they're not. The fact that they're not noticing them as being junk or twisted or different, you know, they'll notice if they're wrong, but what you kind of want is for them to not really notice them, which is
that's it. They probably won't notice, and it doesn't really affect the booking. But when you get here, like, we got some properties that I know that we can't really do anything, but the photos are hung almost to the ceiling, and it just drives me nuts. I'm sure it probably reflects. I bet people say stuff, but they don't tell us. But you can tell a handyman went in there and just hung photos, and they're like 3 inches from the ceiling.
Yeah, I agree.
But we try to do that, and I try not to charge as much for the installation process, but it's a ton of work. Yeah, I try to keep the owner in budget. I'm a hawk about that budget.
Yes.
It's funny. Some owners, once you get started, I'm sure you know, they want to keep adding, and you start kind of rolling into it, and you're like, let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this, and I'm like, hey, like, we're getting, like, you know how much you spent? Because I know exactly what we spent. So yeah, that's a good thing too, is like, I want to stay on budget as well.
Right. Well, and you know, Sid was here, like, we've really changed our mindset around these short-term rentals. I used to pick up anything because I really enjoyed it. Everything was booking. But you and I both are just very committed to, like, we're going to put a great product out there, or we just don't even really want to touch it. And we knew we were managing this afterwards, and I got in here to help. The whole team gets in to try to help. Chandler's obviously the guy, you know, dictating everything, but it was fun. It was a group effort. I enjoyed getting to come in and help you at least some. I know I didn't do anywhere near as much as you did, but like, just seeing the product come together, and then the bookings rolling in and people messaging and saying, we're so excited to stay at your place. And I'm excited because I know they're going to walk in and be just as wowed when they see this place as they do from the photos.
Kind of like you said, like, owners used to kind of hold a standard to us, but basically what we're doing is just we're reversing the roles.
That's right.
Then, all right, you hold us to a standard of, like, booking your place and getting reviews. We're going to hold you to a standard now.
Right.
And you got to keep up with your property and make it nice so that we can get those good reviews and get it booked. That's all we've done. We're just holding the owners to a standard. And if you don't want to go to that standard that we want to hold you to, you're probably not going to get to work with us.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to be the houses in town that people are fighting to get into. And the stuff you have touched so far is doing that. You know, they're all booking way out, further out, higher rates. You know, you just see it. You can tell when the place is exactly what guests are looking for. And you're really good at hunting those things down. So I just want to give you a shout out, Chandler. You did a great job. It's been fun to get in here and film. We did take some film of before, and we can add the before photos so you can kind of see. If you're listening to this, you know, we hope you'll check this video out on YouTube so that you can see everything visually. But it's just been really kind of neat to see your crazy genius come to life in this home. And I just can't wait to see the next project. I know you're working on another. What's the theme of the next project that you're working on right now?
That's going to be kind of a dark, moody, 1-bedroom.
Dark, moody, romantic, right?
Yeah, it's couple, so we're going to make it to where couples kind of want to stay in there and they want to get romantic.
That's right. I love it. I mean, that's the whole reason you book it.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing, for just a teaser for the next one that we do on decor, this is an underperforming unit, and it's not a bad unit. It's in great shape. It's not gross. The decor is just, or was, blah. And so the owner has been just waiting for you to finish this project so you could move on to the next. So Chandler just started over there a few days ago, but I love seeing your work, and we're going to keep showing it to our audience. So
it's one thing that I feel confident about to help these owners, because that's all I'm doing really, is just trying to help these owners that are struggling that bought like 22, like really at 23, like they bought kind of, the comparison would be you bought at the top of the stock market and then it kind of dipped on you. So this is the only solution that I can really give you, and the only reason I took it on is because I don't know of an Airbnb person that like decorates too, that understands
revenue,
the correlation of revenue and like how it books. So yeah, that's all I'm doing, is trying to help some of these owners get back on their feet, because I know it's been hard.
It really matters. But Chandler, your decor strategy here is going to last 5, 10, 15 years. You know, this is not going to need to be redone. The other thing you do a great job at is keeping things, you know, in great shape. Like that's the other part of your job. Like if there's a tear, we need to replace this chair or whatever, and we need to get the guests to pay for it. But anyway, we appreciate what you're doing. We hope you're enjoying this, and we will see you on the next episode.
Fields of green, seeds of sweat I sow, running numbers, watch the cash tree heart, no limit to the sky. Savannah roots run deep, hustle amplified.